for this time to clear your mind and loose any and all shackles. A time to free your mind from all burdens, barriers, and brokenness. A time to focus on godly, healthy, and holy thoughts, and to discard all of your ungodly, unhealthy, and unholy intentions. I want you to sit up and relax. At this moment, I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and to fold your arms across your chest. Again, I just want you to just sit up straight, relax, close your eyes, take another deep breath. Keep your arms folded across your chest. You are maximizing your moment. I want you to say to yourself, not out loud, I am maximizing my moment. I need you to just meditate. Listen to the soft music. Relax. Again, keep your eyes closed. Think about the blessings that you have. The air you breathe, food you eat, the clothing you wear, the shelter that you're able to go to, realizing that some people aren't fortunate enough to even have shelter, but you are. Again, if you have any burdens, any barriers, any brokenness, just release all of that. You've been blessed. If your arms get tired, I ask that you leave them in your laps. Keep your back straight and take another deep breath. Eyes closed. I thank you for being a part of this. It's what I call a Gerocise remark. It's my own trademark, and it's about empowering you emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally. Again, this is your time to maximize your moment. Say to yourself, I am maximizing my moment. Focus on godly, healthy, and holy thoughts. Discard all of your ungodly, unhealthy, and unholy thoughts. Free your mind, free your soul, free your spirit. Another deep breath. Today's topic, of course, will be everyone's struggling with something. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks now. Key thing is managing that struggle and getting through the struggle. Realizing that you can overcome whatever struggle you have. It may take a little time, but you can go through it, go around it, go under it, go above it, but you will manage to get through the struggle. You've had struggles all of your lives. remember that struggles are all temporary. Deep breath. Deep breath. Keep your eyes closed. One more deep breath. You can open your eyes now. I want everybody to stand up, please. Start marching in place. Bring those knees up as high as you can. As high as you can. Bring the knees up. Pump those arms. Plan on breaking a little sweat this morning. Not a whole lot. Arms up. You got to be united here. Like I said, you want to do it in the chair, do it in the chair. Come on, man, just do it in the chair, do it in the chair. Everybody do it in the chair, do it in the chair. Okay. All right, come on, let's go. Push it out. Come on, push it out. Come on, push it out. Bring those knees up. Okay, good one out. Push out with the right hand. Bring that left knee up. Push out with that left hand. Bring that right knee up. Coordinate. Come on. Coordinate. Come on, right left. Good job. March. push it out, push it out, push it out. This is not the one way tonight. Let it go. Side, side. Come on. Like I said, when your right arm goes out, your left knee goes up. Left arm goes out, right knee goes up. Good job. Alright, bring it in. Palms up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, Well, you made it though.
My grandson clapped. Man, why you walking like that? I said, I went to exercise class. I am so proud of you. I said, get out of my face. That should encourage me. Yeah, it is. I'm so proud of you, Brad. I said, you leave me alone. But you be proud of you too. Yes, I am. I am.
Yeah. You know.
If I keep doing that, well, hello. I said, now this is Foxy here. I'm going back to Foxy. I'm going back to sexy.
Again, thank you. Appreciate you. A little workout. And like I told you last week, Mr. Gray, it was just, I'm not going to say the exercise is going to get more intense. But, you know, I want to shock the muscle a little bit, wake everybody up a little bit before we start talking, you know. But it's all good. Everybody okay?
Yeah. I don't like problem with this shoulder. It's no good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need surgery on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what they tell my mind too, but I'm going to work at it.
Yeah.
Mine don't work out like that. Where it loosen up.
Yeah.
Loosen up.
How long has it been like that?
Ever since 06, when I messed it up on the jet ski.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to the doctor for it.
Yeah.
I know I need to.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It just, I guess I'm wondering, has the pain gotten worse over the years, or?
Yeah.
Really?
I ain't got no better.
Really?
I thought it'd be gonna heal, but I must have messed up something real bad.
Yeah.
If it's a rotator cuff, yeah, that's what mine is. This is big. I haven't had, but I know a lot of people that.
Yeah.
Just popping all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, I have.
All right. Well, I'm just wondering if can you do this with the left arm?
That's it.
That's all you do? Oh, that's it, about it?
This is what I have to do sometimes.
Yeah. But that in itself, you're still strengthening it because it may be sore or whatnot, and but
I can deal with being sore.
yeah,
It's
it's the pain. Yeah. Like I said last week, if you're in pain, then you're not, but that's not good. That's not good. But I'm just wondering if you could do some of those exercises gradually, like we've been doing, like doing this and stuff, and if that can help alleviate some of that pain, and strengthen it some, because what happens a lot of times when you do get hurt and you lay off of it I'm not saying this is in your case, but what can happen is that you don't work that arm, and it like I used the term atrophy earlier, and it'll just goes back to the old adage: if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
Or you can be doing doing more damage by doing hard weights, heavy weights, you know. So I'm just wondering if just doing some stretching. I don't know. I'm just wondering if you go on to like a specialist or anything.
No, I need to. I was set up to do that when I went through emergency.
Okay.
I never followed.
You never followed through. Okay. Okay. But I guess I'm just.
I have to let my doctor know what's
Right.
going on.
Yeah.
It ain't getting no better.
But hopefully, hopefully it will though. Hopefully it will.
Yeah, I'll just look and see that, hey, it don't take much to fix what I'm cutting on me.
Yeah. 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 06. That's been 4 years. So you said 2006, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I waited till I got 50 years old
50.
to get on jet skis for the first time.
Right. Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't.
You just
The
paid
way I did
paid
that.
the price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Miss Alberta, I wanted to commend you last week for opening up. I know that wasn't easy to talk about, you know, as far as what you know. But what I want to ask you though, what were your feelings when you thought about suicide? What type of feelings did you have? Because most signs, or most symptoms, I guess, of suicide are worthlessness, feeling the worthlessness, hopelessness, and helplessness.
At the time, I was going through an abusive marriage.
Right.
And when I come, I guess I said, this is just not worth it. You know, being hurt all the time.
Right.
You know, being knocked about. And I just said to myself, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
And I was depressed. Like I never went anywhere. I always had 5 kids around me all the time,
Right.
which I got tired of. And at that time, my husband was cheating on me.
He was cheating on you and physically and emotionally abusing you?
Yes.
Okay.
So, what I did was, I bathed my kids, put them in bed, took out this medication, and I still wasn't feeling anything, and I said, I'm just useless. I don't feel depressed. Because she'd always told me I would never be nothing. All my life, I have been told, you know.
So you're not
As
a child who told that?
Yeah, that you'd never be nothing. As a child, you would never be nothing. And at that time, it was called names.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a
Great
child.
degrading names.
Yeah, the greatest name.
Yeah.
And so, with my husband, you know, called me the same thing. So I said, well, why not just end it? You know, I know you get used to nobody, but man, I just went in the room. I got the pistol, and I just called my girlfriend. I told her what I had done. I told her that I was going to kill myself. And she was talking on the phone. She was with me on the phone. She was telling me, I'll be there, Alberta. Don't do it, Alberta. I will be there. I'm on my way. I'm on my way, Alberta. I'm on my way. I said, no. I said, man, you coming. I said, I got to end this, and I got to end this right now. So, I think she heard
So I was wondering, I guess it was at nighttime when you,
in the evening.
in the evening? Yeah. Yeah.
And in the evening. And
And where were your kids?
they were all supposed to be in the bed.
Okay.
But all but one, my oldest son, he came in that
shot himself in, but he had sense enough.
Where did you shoot yourself in my life?
I miss myself every time. There's the scar. There's the scar right there. And of course, my oldest son, he saw what I had done.
Right.
Had sense enough to call my grandma. And she came. And I don't remember him. But I do remember my husband coming to the hospital and calling me all kinds of names.
So after you had attempted suicide, he comes to the hospital, you rush to the hospital, he comes to the hospital, and he still was harsh and ugly toward you.
Look what you've done. You made me miss work. You get out the head. All of the names, you know. And actually, I didn't want to live. And all of those people, and they was trying to keep me from catching pneumonia. And they was telling me to blow into this machine.
Right.
And I wouldn't do it. I just didn't want to live anymore. And he kept coming to the hospital. Because,
How long were you in the hospital? You know?
about 3 weeks.
Oh,
Because they had to do exploratory surgery.
right.
I'm cut from here to here. And-
But you don't have to show that. You already
Oh, I didn't. I didn't show you there. We ain't going there. No.
Well, she already showed her where she shot it, so I just want to let you know
I wasn't going to go there.
we take your word for that.
I wasn't
We
going to go
take your
there.
word for that one.
I wasn't going to go there.
Because earlier you did that, okay, well, I just want to stop you.
But the thing about it was, they thought the bullet was implanted in me, but it wasn't. It came out the back out there and went into the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, but they was looking for the bullet. But
So what type of relationship, because your son was the one that called your
my grandmother,
your grandmother.
but my girlfriend got there too. Just
What type of, is your son still living?
he's not now.
Okay.
He
Well,
got killed by a drunken driver.
Oh, okay. So, but shortly after that, after you got after those 3 weeks, recovering and everything, what type of relationship did you have with your son? You recall?
He would always, well, my husband was still, verbal.
Abusive?
He wouldn't help me, because I had 5 kids, but I couldn't do nothing.
Right.
But I had to do something. I had to crawl and try to take care of my kids.
Right.
And my older son, he would try. In fact, all of them tried to help me, even though they were little. And I was struggling, because I had to take care of my kids.
How old was your oldest son at the time?
I think he was like 8 at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he took on a man's
Yeah.
responsibility. Yeah. And he took care of me. He made sure that, because I had to, change bandages and things
Right.
myself, but he would, help me change the bandages. And I think that had an effect on him,
Right.
as he grew up. Because he's always off to himself.
Really? So standoffish and isolated?
Isolated to
Yeah.
himself.
Actually, I was going to ask you whether or not, how do you think it affected him?
Yeah.
Did he feel that you didn't love him enough to hang in there, or he just felt that he needed to protect you?
He felt like he needed to protect me.
Yeah. But he still was angry.
But he was angry.
Yeah.
He was angry at Dad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was angry.
Okay.
In fact, all of them had bipolar. Yeah, all five of them.
All your kids?
Bipolar. And it wasn't easy.
Right.
It wasn't easy.
Looking back, what did you, I guess, what did you learn from that whole experience? I mean,
What I learned from it? Wow. But I'm gonna tell you what let me finish telling you. In the hospital, what happened to me was, because I always believe in God,
right.
but that night, there was a glow at the foot of my bed that was so bright. And to this day, I said, what was it? And it as if it gave me a reason to live.
Right. Purpose.
Yeah, purpose to live. And the next morning, they brought those bottles in there. And boy, I was going from one side to the other. And I got out of bed and I was walking the hallway. And the nurse and the doctor said, well, wait a minute, for a person that didn't want to live. I said, oh, yes, I do. I said, I got something to do.
Right.
I said, I got to go home. I got to take care of my kids.
Yeah.
And he says, wow. He said, what a miraculous recovery. I said, it wasn't none of me. I said, I don't know who it was, but I know it wasn't none of me. And I made up my mind.
And this was almost 30 years ago, right?
Yeah. I made up my mind. I wasn't going to get hit. No.
Yeah.
I didn't care what you said to me or whatever, but you wouldn't go hit me no more.
Is your ex-husband still there?
Oh yeah, I can talk to you. No problem.
Did you ever apologize?
Huh?
Did you ever apologize to you?
But I just had God to you know,
Yeah.
help me to
Right.
forgive him.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand forgiveness isn't for the person you're forgiving, it's for you.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
to get the burden off your shoulder.
But did he have a messed up childhood or something?
Yes, he did.
But what, because he acted this way?
He did. But when you are one, you know, as a young lady, you don't hear that stuff.
Right.
You be
And you're in love.
you be in love, you know. And at that time, I think I was looking for protection because I had come from an orphan home
Right.
and it was abusive.
Okay.
You know, like I told you, I was ambitious,
Right.
but the only way that the lady could, she wanted to break me, and she would, to punish me, she would put me in a room with the water going drip, 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 and she fed me like under the door,
Oh, really?
bread,
Wow.
you know, just bread. But she went drip. This happened today. I can't stand no dripping water. I just, I can't stand it. So, you know, she tried to break me, but she didn't. She really didn't. And it seemed like, you know,
When you say she tried to break you, what do you mean?
break my
Break
spirit.
your spirit. Okay.
Because I was, as a child, I was outgoing.
Right.
You know, basketball, sports, anything,
Right.
you know, involved in it.
Right.
And what was wrong with her? Sounds something wrong with her.
Well, you
She ran this place where you were?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they ran this place.
This was a foster care.
Yeah. Yeah, the family ran this place.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of like a concentration camp.
Yeah, she was treating me like
Yeah.
like being in concentration where.
But she had pics, you know,
Yeah.
Charge family wasn't one of her picks. So, she would do anything she could to break it. But see, cause I guess my mouth was, even though I stuttered, I would say what was on my mind.
Right. But isn't it interesting though, like while we were meditating, how I said that about overcoming, you know, and regardless of what troubles or trials or whatever, I mean, you're a testimony. Seriously, I mean, you've overcome a lot in your lifespan. Seriously, you 74 now?
Please give me 65.
65. I'm sorry.
You trying to put me on?
I'm sorry. Okay. You said it.
Yes.
Okay. I got mixed up. I saw 74 on there. Maybe time for me to leave.
Wow, she forgets you.
Okay. I saw 74 on there. I knew it.
Didn't see the names.
Right. 65. Okay. My point is though, I mean, to be put in the type of environments that you had, and like you said, you had to deal with a whole lot of this, that, and the other. And then on top of that, to stand up here and say what you've endured, that's awesome. Seriously, that's.
But it wasn't up to me.
Well, yeah, I know that. But for you to be able to express that and still with a smile on your face, you know, I mean, what do you think, Gladys? I mean, what are your thoughts?
She's a survivor.
I'm sorry?
She's a survivor.
Right.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, God, your hold on God might sometimes be slim, but if you just hold on, you know, he can move those clouds, and that's what it sounds like you did. You felt hopeless, but then, you know, God renewed your courage.
Yeah. Because you used the word useless earlier, you know, and
But I know as a little girl, I always believed there was a God.
right.
I always believed there was somebody who was taking care of me.
Right.
Because, you know, when you've been taken from your dad that couldn't take care of you, and then our 7 of you put into an environment that the brothers is located way on the other side of the fence.
Right.
And you're in this environment wherein, you know, it just you and other girls,
Right.
you know, that was there, but you were singled out, you know, and I think she did that because her husband, you know, he had us going out and do stuff in the field.
Right.
And he would put me over a bunch of girls,
Yeah.
and he would put my, you know, brother over the boy.
Yeah, seriously.
And of course, you had these people that would go in and tell the lady that Mr. Smothers let Alberta do so-and-so.
Right.
Okay? Just like he would have me to pay, you know, run the scales. He would have me to pay the kids and stuff like that.
Right.
But one time she beat me. She whipped me so bad that there was, I call them to this day, dissolves. You know, those great big knots.
Yeah.
And the bleeding, and that stick was about that big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you bleeding, and what she would do, hold tip time down, and you know.
She was doing that for what?
Turpentine.
Oh, really? On the opening? Wow.
Is she alive, baby?
Well,
I was thinking get someone
But you have to understand.
Ooh.
You was a child, you didn't.
When God blesses you to the point where you forgive people,
Yeah.
you don't forget.
Yeah.
But when you forgive, you move forward.
Yeah.
The simple circumstance, you're talking about staying in a foster home. My mother, my biological mother, had a mindset like this. She didn't beat me. My auntie raised me, but my mother verbally would talk ugly to me and say stuff and try to make me feel less than what I was.
Right.
But my auntie that raised me, I might have had her spirit, for surviving. And when my mother came back to Texas to stay, I was a grown person, but she wanted to make me be her little girl, like 6 years old. I said, but you can't make me recess back to when I was a child, and we never got along because she seemed to shake like she was angry with me or she was jealous, and we always had a problem. My auntie that raised me would talk to her, and my grandmother, which was her mother, told me that she acted just like her father, and he was ugly and talked to you crazy.
So how much is that? How much are you struggling with that today? I mean, how does that play today?
Okay.
How did you overcome all that?
Okay, the way I overcame it speaks from me, and my daughter was in this mix for a little girl,
Right.
and she programmed my daughter where we started getting along bad, and my daughter, like I used to work 3 to 11 in the hospital,
Right.
and I tell my daughter to do this. Well, when I walk out the house, my mother, you don't have to do that. Your mama's crazy. She don't know what she talking about. You do such and such. So for years, it didn't come out till my mother got killed.
Okay.
This was a homicide. When my mother got killed, then my daughter started reacting. And we both had to go to a psychiatrist.
Oh, really?
But listening at her,
Right.
it's the flip side because it was my mother
Right.
that did all this
Right.
talking down to me and tried to make me feel less than. Ain't nobody gonna never marry you. You're too big, you're too fat.
Right.
Look at you, look at the way you walk, and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And it would go in one ear and out the other. Cause just like you say, I knew there was a God. I knew there was a God somewhere. And I knew he didn't bring me into this world to go through all of this just to be nothing.
Right.
And I would have to tune her out. And my mother kept on acting up. And when she got through with, she couldn't break me down, but she instilled all this crazy ideas in my daughter.
Your daughter.
And then my daughter started clowning and acting crazy.
Right.
But it didn't come out till after my mother got killed.
Okay.
I really think, I know this sounds crazy, I really think my mother had told my daughter if anything happened to her, tragic, it would be because I did something to her.
Okay.
My mother got killed. It was a homicide. And my daughter started acting up. And I had to take her to a psychiatrist.
Right.
And the psychiatrist said my daughter felt like I wasn't really her mother. I was just a person that she knew. My mother had took that role. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She had flipped the script
Right.
to make her feel like she was the mother and I was just in the picture.
Well, what type of relationship do you have with your daughter right now?
It's much better.
Okay.
I say this, when my mother got killed, it's just like the weight was lifted,
Right.
This big old ball of burden that I'm carrying, looked like it just went away.
Right.
Now, I'm not gloating because my mother got killed,
Right.
but it kept me from losing my mind trying to deal with her doing all this madness.
Right.
She would do stuff and put stuff places. Then she'd tell my daughter, go get this. Your mama put this in there. She's in my stuff. She takes my money. I never did none of this. But as a little kid, you can easily program that kid to believe that if you tell her to go get it and you put it there.
Right.
For when my mother got killed, my daughter was 12 years old. I had a hell of a time.
And how old is she now?
She's 39.
Okay.
I had a hell of a time trying to raise girl, we was always at wit's end.
Right.
But the psychiatrist told me as she got older, it would finally full circle that she would understand that what my mother told her was necessarily all the truth.
Right.
And my mother would tell people stuff in the neighborhood, so everybody thought I was a drag, you know, without saying this, that, and the other, which wasn't true.
Yeah.
When my mother got killed, it's like a burden was lifted. Because I was trying to figure out how do I get this child to understand that I'm not trying to hurt neither one of y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my mother was something else. She should have never had any kids because she wasn't a nurturing kind of mother. She was selfish.
Well, you know, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I look at it like this. Like my father, for instance. He was abusive, okay? And particularly toward my oldest sister, all right? And with that in mind, but his father was abusive, okay? But I vowed, I have a little baby girl, well, she's 16 now, and an 18-year-old son. But I vowed to break the circle, you know, to break the pattern. And so, it's not, I don't agree with what you just said. I mean, you know, as far as like, she shouldn't have been, you know, she still has.
What I mean, how can I put it? Some people just not good parents.
And that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? They just don't have the in them to do mother nurturing.
Right,
that's what I mean by that. I'm not saying that she should have never had a child, but she didn't have the nurturing kind of spirit that most mothers have towards their daughter.
And
she acted like she was mad at me for coming up and being the person that I was.
Okay.
And she didn't raise me.
Okay.
But my auntie never taught me against my mother.
Right.
She always told me, you know, about my mother. I went to see her. It wasn't that I didn't know she was around. I never mistreated her, but she acted like she was jealous of the fact that I came up okay. You know what I'm saying? Other than doing something different, being in trouble, being in jail, being on drugs, you know, on the streets. She acted like she was upset that I turned out okay.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
And unless you had discussion with your mother prior to her, her homicide, I'm just wondering, what questions did you raise? I mean, what questions did you ask her?
She never, when I used to try to talk to my mother to ask her why she thought and acted the way she did, she had nothing to say. She would never say anything.
How old was she when she had you?
She was 33.
Okay.
She never would tell me how she got all twisted up, to think the way she did. And several times I said, well, is there anything I can do? And she never would respond. Just like you looking at me now.
Right.
I'm just picking you out. That's what she looked at me. Like, what are you talking about? I said, it got to be something wrong that you feel this way.
Yeah.
You don't have one child, so what's the problem?
Right.
What happened?
Well,
did you not want to be pregnant or whatever? And she never would tell me.
Well, just like, we've been talking about everybody struggling. Apparently she had some struggle within herself. And unfortunately, you weren't able to find that out. And I guess you sound like you still wishing that you could have found out.
I wish I could have found out what was wrong to maybe help her.
Right.
Or
not even help her, but help yourself to understand.
Understand why she,
Right.
she'd be in left field. I say good morning to her. We stayed in an apartment together and we lived in a house. And normally you get up and say good morning, how you doing? I get up and say that. She started cussing, what's so damn good about it? Yeah. And I'm looking at you, but you could have died. You could have not woke up in the morning. It's a miracle, a blessing that you see another day. And she always would try to dampen my spirit and make me think negative, and I refused to step in that realm.
Right.
And she stayed mad because she couldn't program me to step that way.
Okay,
I was always somewhere else.
Question. When have you forgiven your mother? Because it doesn't sound like you've forgiven your mother. It seems like that's your struggle right now.
Yeah.
That you haven't struggled to forgive her because your body
It
language
may-
because you seem.
I may, sometimes I do think I'm a little angry, but I did have to forgive her because the blessing was she didn't raise me. So I didn't really think and act the way she thought. Her sister raised me.
Right.
So I probably have more of the sister than I do the mother.
Right.
But then when she came back into my life for us to be a family, she wanted to do something different. So I kind of just had to leave her alone.
Right.
Because I never could get past square one for her to tell me why she felt that way or what happened to her. Was she mad at her sister or was she mad at my dad or what? She never would say. She never would tell me. But it caused me and my daughter to have a huge problem.
Right.
And as my daughter got older, she's coming around, you know.
Right.
She stopped bickering and arguing and being so disagreeable with me.
Right.
I said, we can be friends, we can be a mom and daughter and not always agree on everything. And she's kind of come this full circle where she doesn't act. Because for a while, I had time, for a while I had to even stop associating because every time I try to plan something like family, she go left. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. And I kind of had to leave her alone.
Well, sometimes when there's conflict, that's best. Meaning that space is needed. You know, I mean, where your minds are clear because during that conflict, many times, you know what I'm saying, things that you maybe regulate.
Yeah. The psychiatrist told me that my mother was trying to program my daughter to look upon me as really nothing.
Right.
I'm just in the picture, but I'm not the mom she is. And she never was able to really break that bond like she wanted to.
Right.
She tried, but it never was successful. Cause like she said, I had a mindset, there's a God somewhere.
Yeah.
I said, out of all of this, he's gonna fix it. And that's what I always had in my head, you know.
Mark, it is. Do you think, by me being called,
Say it.
being called, you know, Tangalite bastard,
And you say you call a bitch too, right?
well, these people used to call me, you know,
Right.
Tangalite because my eyes used to be.
Right.
Yeah, messed up. And you would always be called either Tangalite bastard, bald-headed bastard. And she would take, you know, she had long fingernails, like I got even longer now. And she would stick them inside of your ear, you know, and pull you a certain way, and of course your ears, you believe in like that. And do you think that maybe I brought this into my marriage?
The ideas of the way,
The
what you
abuse.
mean,
The abuse.
the abuse.
Just accept it.
Accepting that was okay?
Yeah,
To be
that it
treated
was
like
okay.
that?
Yeah, it was okay to be abused. But you talk about a 6-year-old child, and I stayed there until like I was 18.
Right. Don, what do you think?
You didn't get no help for you, it's going to follow you. You know, it's going to be with you. Because you ain't.
Question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Ray. Go ahead.
No, I was just speaking, if you haven't did anything about it,
Right.
seen someone to talk to,
Right.
you know, it will follow you to that, to accept what another person will do to you.
And what I was going to ask you,
Once I got help.
so you had,
Oh, yeah.
okay, so some intervention.
Group therapy, you know.
Okay, so you had, okay. So how much, I'm just wondering, how much of what you told us did you tell them in those group sessions?
From the get-go, yeah, from the time my mother was killed on up.
So you pretty much told those other groups
Yes,
what you told us?
yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Yeah, how much,
Because I told
In answering your own question,
right.
what do you think? What are your thoughts about whether or not what happened as a child actually you carried it into your marriage?
Deceit.
I'm sorry?
Deceit.
Deceit? So you think you carried deceit into your marriage? Okay.
Because I had to survive
Right.
in the offering home.
So deceit meaning.
So I was scheming in the offering home.
So were you deceiving yourself or deceiving the others who are both? Who are around?
I was deceiving them because I had to take care of my younger sister. And see, those people trusted me. I got to the place where they trusted me so until I would have keys to things.
Okay.
And I would feed my younger sister. They had food and stuff in rooms and things.
You know what I see?
That they wouldn't give. But
What I see, and you guys may disagree, I just looked at it as survival.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah, and so you did
I did
whatever
what I
was
had to do.
necessary.
the man.
Yeah, I did what I had to do.
Yeah. So,
It's like closing your mind and doing what you need to do to survive. With my mother, I used to have to close my mind to what she was saying to me that was negative and think, on something positive to get past it. And eventually, when I wouldn't respond or say anything, she shut up, But if I tried to say anything to defend it, she'd go on and on and on. But if I get quiet and won't say nothing, she eventually just stop talking. And I figured that out early. If I keep my mouth closed, eventually she won't say nothing, so I don't have to hear all of this. Or either I had a car, I get up and leave.
right.
To keep from getting into argument. I never wanted to be the kind of person that always argue with your parent or whatever.
Right.
I don't like that. Even with people, I don't like arguing. And when she would start all of this, just for the sake of starting something, I get up and leave. Or either I start putting on my clothes, I wouldn't say nothing and keep on. And she's behind me, and when she know the thing, I close the door. I said, well, I see you. And I leave. But I had to program my mind to do something different. And when I went to the psychiatrist and he asked me what happened, why I thought my daughter was like this, and I started telling him just like she's telling us, he asked me, Miss Jones, how did you get through all of this? I said, by the grace of God. That's all I can say. By the grace of God, because I had never been exposed to anybody that acted like this and had all these negative stuff to say. So by the grace of God. And a lot of times I just wouldn't say nothing.
Right.
I'd get up and leave. We stayed in the same house, but it was like she stayed here and I lived over here because she was so disagreeable.
What I was gonna say though.
But it's like in your mind, in her mind, you saying, I'm getting through this. I don't know how I'm getting through it, but I'm getting through this. And that's what I put in my head.
And what I was saying, Ms. Alberta, is that, and along with what they were saying, is that, I think what you did, you may have taken some of, your childhood into your childhood experiences into your marriage. And you probably had your guard up, throughout it. But like you said, it's about survival. And not only that, but it seemed, from what you told us, it became necessary. Because, you were faced with a lot of dilemma, a lot of, told that you couldn't make it, that you weren't about anything, you were useless, blah, 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 blah. And that stuck with you emotionally, but you said somehow or another, I'm gonna get through this. And so, yeah, it became necessary to guard yourself against it. But
I mean, the thing about my marriage was,
right.
Since the lady had already told me that I would never be nothing.
Right.
And I was going to marry a man that would beat the hell out of you, and that I was going to be in a marriage.
Right.
So I put it in my head that
That was okay. No?
I said I'm going to be better.
Okay.
And I think that in doing so,
Uh-huh.
in my marriage, he can do no wrong.
All right.
That's how I had, my marriage
Right.
was I had put him on a pedestal, that he couldn't do no wrong.
Right.
And I was steadfast. I was,
You were loyal.
yeah,
Right.
I was loyal.
Right.
But then I started finding out different stuff, even though you would abuse me. But I would never question you because I was scared of you.
Right.
Yeah, I think the marriage, it was good for about 2 years. Until I told my younger sister something that happened to me before, he married me.
Right.
And of course, that's when the abuse started. One evening he come in there and I was saying, I never forget. I was hanging up some curtains and he hollered up and just hit me in the face. And see, I had always been a fighter.
Right. Right.
A fighter. I would fight you to the drop of a hat.
Right.
But in a marriage, I don't know. I think I put the fighting down